comprehensive list of Meghan Markle's bullying allegations. This one's for the Sussex Survivors Club. These are my LA Diaries. Years before Megxit, rumors circulated about Meghan Markle making Catherine, the Princess of Wales, cry during dress fittings for Meghan's second wedding. The headline ticked Meghan off so bad that she couldn't wait to expose her truth to Oprah Winfrey in the middle of a global plague, although at least 17 of Meghan's accusations throughout that sit-down with Oprah have been proven false. Ask the Archbishop, or literally challenged in a court of law, Samantha Markle, appeal pending. So what's the truth? There's no denying that there's no shortage of Meghan Markle was unpleasant here stories. Emails to staff at 5 a.m. chastised if you didn't respond immediately. Meghan's private secretary, Samantha Cohen, saying working with Harry and Meghan was like working with teenagers, aka the worst. Samantha recently admitted that she was one of 10 staff members interviewed over Meghan Markle bullying allegations, telling Australia's Herald Sun, "I was only supposed to stay for 6 months, but stayed for 18. We couldn't find a replacement for me, and when we did, we took them on tour to Africa with Harry and Meghan to show them the ropes, but they left as well while in Africa." Sounds like a hostage situation for poor Sam. Behind the scenes, bullying allegations were nothing new. Jason Knauf, a former Kensington Palace communications aide, was challenged with managing media for Prince William, Princess Kate, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle. His job was, how do we say this nicely? A nightmare from hell. Will and Kate were easy breezy. And then along came the bull in the china shop. In October 2018, Jason sent an email to Samantha Cohen explaining that 2 employees had been bullied into quitting by Meghan through unacceptable behavior. And Jason was concerned about a 3rd employee that could potentially leave under the Sussexes. Jason's email read in part, "I am very concerned that the Duchess was able to bully 2 PAs out of the household in the past year. The treatment of name removed was totally unacceptable." Jason stresses the Duchess seemed intent on always having someone in her sights. She is bullying, name removed, and seeking to undermine her confidence. We have had report after report from people who have witnessed unacceptable behavior towards name removed. One anonymous staffer told Jason that her interactions with Meghan made her feel sick, while another mystery staffer told him, "I can't stop shaking, and I feel terrified." A palace aide described Meghan's behavior as more like emotional cruelty and manipulation, which I guess could also be called bullying. According to various reports, their anxiety was out the roof, causing them to lose sleep. To Jason's point, one of Meghan's ex-best friends, they were close for over 30 years. Nanaki Pretty told the Daily Mail in 2017, "Meghan can be very cold. It's this shutdown mechanism she has. There's nothing to negotiate. She's made her decision, and that's it." The bullying allegations hit the mainstream 2.5 years later, in March 2021, when it was published by Valentine in the newspaper, The Times of London. Valentine said the email exchanges were read out loud to him, and he was not given the messages in its original form. Lowe also insists that he was shown physical evidence and other conversations backing up the allegations of bullying. The explosive claims came down days before Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah, and the Sussexes wasted no time calling the story a smear campaign and threatening legal action that they, unsurprisingly, never pursued. Valentine detailed the event in his book Courtiers and explained to Megyn Kelly why the idea of this being a smear campaign by Buckingham Palace was ridiculous. He said, "That's a ludicrous allegation because if you read what I wrote, Buckingham Palace does not emerge well from this. They messed up because they did nothing. These allegations of bullying were made and they just sat on it. So the idea that Buckingham Palace should put this out is a joke." At the time, in a statement, the palace said, "We are clearly very concerned about allegations in the Times following claims made by former staff of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The royal household does not and will not tolerate bullying or harassment in the workplace." Lowe explained that his article hit the print prior to the Oprah Winfrey interview strategically, but not vindictively, arguing that the only way the staff's perspective would compete with Harry and Meghan's was if it was released first. He told Megyn Kelly if the bullied staff had put their story out after Oprah, it just would have been lost in the noise. No one would have paid any attention, and it would have come across as sour grapes. So the only way to make sure that they got heard was to make their stories come out before Oprah. It's not some evil palace conspiracy. It's just the way these young people suffered, in their view, at the hands of Meghan. They just wanted that to be heard by the rest of the world. In November of 2021, Valentine was asked by the BBC whether his original story was licensed by Prince William or had William's approval. Lowe replied, absolutely not. This wasn't the only time former palace aides spoke to the Times. In December of 2022, one anonymous source complained about their confidentiality agreement. They claim that Meghan knows we can't financially protect ourselves by going to court, so she keeps pushing. It's all a game for her, and she's loving it. The source argued the only way to end it once and for all is for us to be allowed to speak and for the palace to firmly reject their lies. Lowe's sources have remained anonymous. However, royal author Tom Bower has been a bit more transparent when it comes to palace turnover. He cited multiple staffers that resigned, including Katrina McKeever, a member of Kate's communications team, and Melissa Tubati, a personal assistant who claims that Meghan had unattainably precise demands. While the Sussexes deny the allegations or say things like, it's not my job to coddle people, allegedly, Harry does vaguely address the issue in his book Spare, and likely unwillingly confirms some of Valentine Lowe's allegations. The Times of London originally reported that Meghan reduced staff members to tears. Fast forward to the release of Spare, Harry writes, more than once, a staff member slumped across their desk and wept. For all this, every bit of it, Willie blamed one person, Meg. He told me so several times, and he got cross when I told him he was out of line. He was just repeating the press narrative, spouting fake stories he'd read or been told. William called Meghan difficult, rude, and abrasive. Of the clash between Prince William and Harry, Tom Bower reported Harry was outraged, but the accusations, whether justified or not, were a matter of fact. So was a certain level of staff turnover. Just this week on the Sun's royal exclusive show, royal reporter Richard Palmer says he watched Meghan and Harry rip apart royal staff, and no one could do anything right in the eyes of the Sussexes. Or what about Meghan's trip to the Fiji market in 2018, where the Daily Mail's Rebecca English says, I was there at the time and witnessed Meghan turn and hiss at a member of her entourage, clearly incandescent with rage about something, and demand to leave. Rebecca wrote, I later saw this same female, highly distressed member of staff sitting in an official car with tears running down her face. Our eyes met, and she lowered hers, humiliation etched on her features. Royal reporter Emily Andrews told me almost the exact same story. Now, royal author Tom Quinn has also documented Meghan's behavior, telling me this story. Also, you talked to a woman named Kitty Power. She told you Diana was messy. I'd never read that before, that Diana was messy and she would apologize to the staff. That just is so sweet to me.
Yeah. Well, the thing is about, that was another contrast that various servants said to me about the difference between Meghan and Diana. I think Meghan was always worried that people wouldn't treat her as if she really was a member of the royal family. So she was overly harsh and got cross with the servants, occasionally shouted at them. Whereas Diana had grown up in this enormous house in the Spencer family. She'd had servants from the time she was a toddler. And so she was very good at dealing with it. And she was always very kind to them.
Meghan's bullying allegations have come to light again after a Daily Mail piece written by Tom Bower. Bower, also the author of Revenge, Meghan, Harry, and the War Between the Windsors, is confident that more details about Meghan Markle's alleged bullying will come to light now that Samantha Cohen vaguely rehashed the drama. Could this encourage other members of the Sussex Survivors Club to speak out? Bower warns the trickle of information will soon enough become a stream. However, when I spoke to Valentine Lowe about it last year, he wasn't as confident. So I asked my Twitter followers if they had any questions for you, and the majority were the majority revolved around these NDAs. Now, I don't think any of us are going to know what the specifics are of the NDA, but my personal question about the NDAs would be, do any of these people want that kind of attention now? I mean, even if they were released from their NDAs, do you really think they would want to sit in front of a camera and talk about, that these were terrible experiences for them? Some of them said they were traumatized by working with the Sussexes. So do you really think that they would even want to come out and to discuss it, even after Spare?
It's a very good point you make, because a lot of them would absolutely not want the attention. Some of them were very reluctant. Even when I was writing the story about Meghan allegedly bullying staff, a lot of them were very reluctant to have much to do with that. Some of them grudgingly confirmed a few details, and others, although they're very angry, they're very angry to this day about Harry and Meghan, about what they did, what they've said about them. They would think twice, if not 3 or 4 times, before coming forward publicly. So I wouldn't hold your breath. It might happen. It might happen, but I wouldn't count on it at all.
Wow. Buckingham Palace has completed their investigation into the bullying long ago, but refused to release the report ever. Sources say that the late Queen and current King don't want to stir up any additional animosity. Harry and Meghan claim they were never interviewed during the process, but submitted a 25-page report in their own defense. How generous of them. And if you live and die by the motto, you are who you associate with, the Sussexes have a pretty sus social circle. James Corden. I mean, there's not enough oxygen in the world for me to rehash all of the bullying claims made against the comedian. TV director Craig Duncan once told Fox News, the most difficult and obnoxious presenter I've ever worked with is James Corden. He's a bully. This is just one example, with an NYC restaurant banning him for his behavior, along with an airline. The airline was just a publicity stunt, but only the kind you could get away with if the other guy has a reputation for being a total jerk. James was at Harry and Meghan's wedding. Harry appeared on his talk show. Bully besties, allegedly. Ellen DeGeneres in 2020. Former staffers of the Ellen DeGeneres show came forward to report a toxic work environment, citing bullying, racism, and sexual harassment. Ellen denied the allegations. Interestingly, prior to Meghan Markle's sit-down with Oprah, Meghan's biographer, Andrew Morton, unofficially, Andrew Morton, reported that Meghan was in talks to have her very first sit-down with Ellen, not Oprah. So did Ellen's bullying allegations change Meghan's strategy? P.S. Meghan recently adopted one of Ellen's quote-unquote bullied rescue chickens, which makes you wonder if the two are trying to game the SEO system. Google's Meghan Ellen bully. Oh, look, a cute chicken story. Chrissy Teigen, aka America's favorite cyberbully, appeared on Deal or No Deal with Meghan Markle back before they both married men that made them very, very famous. Receiving one of Meghan's famous jam spreads, the internet is being reminded of that time Chrissy told a teenage Courtney Stodden to go kill herself. How lovely. Kris Jenner, another jam recipient. I have no beef with Kris Jenner. In fact, I have one of her dresses that I bought at auction in my closet. However, I do have beef with her daughter, amateur porn star Kim Kardashian. A notorious bully, asked Taylor Swift, who posted images of herself with the caption, "On my way to go find Kate." Did you find her at the cancer treatment facility, Kim? Oh, what lovely company you keep, Meghan Markle. Did I miss anyone? Did I miss anything? Do you think the palace should release the bully report? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to Talk on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'm Kinsey Schofield.